So I just caught myself before I was going to post something negative. I caught myself and remembered something positive that happened today while I was out on my workout. I won't even speak on the negative because I don't give it attention. I don't give it a place to grow. Like Marcus Aurelius said, be what did he say? He said, like, basically be with every thought that comes into your mind, be careful so that nothing irrational or, just nothing irrational takes place in your mind because everything starts in the mind. So while I was doing my 27 movements in the park, a little girl was just staring at me behind me. She was just staring at me. And, kids don't lie. So if a kid sees something and they're like, oh, that's cool, they'll sit there and just stare. And that's how I know what I'm doing is awesome. That's how I know what I'm doing is on the side of light, because children are warriors of light. Paulo Coelho. And, I guess I piqued her interest. She was just like, well, what's that? Oh, that's cool. So, I'm shy. So I was like, and then her mom was just smiling, laughing, and then they just walked away. And then I got back to, that was just something that made me, when you're the only guy practicing Taekwondo in the park while everybody's walking around in their own little world, or, you're by yourself, basically. You might feel like, even though I'm a man and I'm doing something men did for thousands of years, practice martial arts and practice fighting and practice, being a wrestler, being poised and dug in and basically ready, as Marcus Aurelius would say. Again, I'm not a dancer, I'm a wrestler in practice. So, more men should be doing what I'm doing, but I see them just, doing what they do. So, yeah, basically, I just know that I'm going to win because, like, today, before I went for my jog, I was just like, I don't feel like jogging today, but that means somebody else doesn't feel like jogging today. And instead of getting off the couch, they stayed on the couch. But I got up and ran. And each step I took was getting me closer to my goal. I studied my CDL handbook today, but that was hours ago. So, I'm just a workhorse. I'm just a dog. I'm just a savage. And yeah, but yeah, that was just a little positivity for, negative. Don't worry about liking the video. Don't worry about commenting, because I'll still post positive content. And I'll do my best not to post negative content, because I don't want likes and reshares and comments on it if it's not positive. If anything, I might start going through my entire channel and putting basically making it so that I'm the only one who can see it, because I want my content to be curated in a way that in 5 years, once I scroll through it again, once I do have 10K followers or 5K followers, I want people to see nothing but positivity, unless I'm venting, unless I'm crying, unless I'm confused, unless I'm in limbo in mind, because I truly believe we are in heaven right now. I truly believe that, because I was just looking around the park. I was just like, this is insane. I was like, what the heck? Like, people are just walking around smiling, and that's a direct correlation of where I am in my mind, because, if I was in a negative mind state, I wouldn't have seen that. I wouldn't have seen it, basically, you know what I'm saying? Because light just, it's like light just reflects off of your eyes or something like that. So you're not really seeing things. You're just seeing like light being it's crazy, It's like the more intelligent you get, it's just like everything is just, dude, you just overthink everything. You're just thinking all the time. So that's why it's important to just, if you're like me, I start taking naps throughout the day, maybe at like, because I get up at like 5, 4, so, I can finish my work day, 12 hour, I got that book over there, the 4 hour work week, so I could finish my entire work in 4 hours because that's how efficient I am, and then I can take a nap for freaking 3 days, but, I still got to pay rent, but I'm 23, I'm not, nothing will get in my way of getting to the millions, so one day I will have literally a 4 hour work week. I'll work for 4 hours, get on my laptop, get on a business call with my colleagues, close many deals, sell my products, sell my services, product, service, and something else. I always forget the last one, but I'll sell those things. And then I'll just move on to, just laying in my hammock, sipping some coffee, reading a book. I was listening to some poetry, and he was just like, man, he was just similar to me, just a weird upbringing, a rough upbringing, but he made it out. I'm going to start doing poetry. That will definitely help me with my music. He was just like, I just want to sip some coffee, read a book. There's a fire burns rainbow bright even in the darkest night. I was like, man, that's beautiful. Brought tears to my eyes, man. But positivity, man. I'm telling you, positivity. Whether you get that from Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, wherever you get it from, don't let anybody tell you your religion is wrong. Because I truly believe all religions spring from the same tree. There's no right or wrong, because who gave us a handbook on life? So if you found a religion, if you found a practice that led you to being more a positive person, being more a intentional person with how you care for people, because as higher beings, we're here to serve each other. Lower beings like plants, animals, cars, lower things are here to serve us, higher beings, but higher beings are here to serve one another. So once you understand that, and once you really are intentional with how you treat God's children, life just gets better, I'll just randomly say, hey, how are you doing, to some people I don't know. That's how you build a network with people, by just, talking to people you have no business talking to is how you become a millionaire. It's not about working hard, because I've never met a rich donkey. I've never met a rich mule, so just do something different, I may not be still in the Taekwondo class, but I still can practice Taekwondo because I'm naturally athletic, and I remember the 27 movements, So didn't Bruce Lee say he doesn't fear the man who trains 10,000 different kicks once? He fears the man who trains one kick 10,000 times. So while I may only know side kick, like step behind and then kick and then just punch, if I train those really, really good, once I actually do get back into, I want to take kickboxing or jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai, or I do want to do wrestling, because at the end of the day, once you do get in a scrap, it always goes to the ground most of the time. So if I know how to do that, not, how Batman was fighting the mutant leader, and then he said, this is not a fight. This is a surgical table. And he just took him down. He was 50 years old. The Dark Knight Returns, and he started breaking his bones, breaking his arm, slicing under his eye. So it started slicing up his eyebrow. So it started to bleed, and he couldn't see. That's how I think. I don't think about being the toughest guy, because I was thinking about that in the bookshop today. I was just like, I've never met a man 6'5", 300 pounds, who I didn't look in his eyes and go, ooh, I want to fight. I've never met a man who I didn't want to fight. Men just want to fight. That's what Tate Andrews said. Men just want to fight. And if you're not one of those men, become one of those men. Become one. In a positive way.